Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 12th episode of Tada-kun wa Koyo Shinai. So, in the last episode, our characters had realized that Alexandra and Teresa had disappeared. Where did they go? Probably back home, but the fact of the matter is they're not there. So, a nice chunk of the episode was dedicated to Tada pretty much attempting to deal with that fact, to just kind of move on with his life, realize that he can't just move on with his life, he has to go after her. Tell her how much he loves her, and possibly bring her back to Japan. So, possibly with Alexandra. I guess we'll see. So, yeah, this is a 13 episode anime. I think so. This is not the last episode. So, yeah, I guess they do have a little bit of time. No rush or anything. Tada, just make sure in the end you get it done. So let's watch it. 3, 2, 1, play. And we're taking off. We're landing, one of the two. Well, you survived, I think. But Teresa, looking good. I mean, we saw the important parts, so. Alexandra, yeah, I miss you too, I guess. Don't come in, I'm not decent. I'm doing new things with Alexandra. More importantly, that hairstyle is much better than her usual one. It should be interesting seeing Tada meet Rachel. Tada never falls in love. He doesn't, he flies towards it. Whenever I see a ponytail, I just want to grab and pull. But girls usually don't like it when you do that. uh... I wasn't even raining until after you pulled out the umbrella. Here we go. Can you do it? Can you do it? No. No, you cannot Nyanko big. Episode 13, you better make that jump. I'll protect you. I have a helmet. I'll be fine. Sorry for surprising you. Well, the context of that is obvious. It's going to be what Tada says to Teresa when he sees her. But I wonder what he's going to say to her first. Well, beyond that. Oh my god. You gotta go eventually. He clearly left his soul back in Japan. You're gonna give away the fact that you followed him. You have a very distinctive voice, Iju, and he's gonna know it's you. Oh, good thing he's gullible. Or he's underestimating your determination, one of the two. Gin! Rachel! Yes, Rachel, go visit Rachel. Yeah, she came here once. I put her better bill in here. Tell her she owes me $1,000. Or 100,000 yen, whichever works. Yeah, just listen to Nyanko. Big. Of course, why wouldn't there be coffee in there? Makes sense to me. Reiko Ryuzaki, her real name. Yep, that's Rachel. Yes. You look really suspicious, Ijuin. You really don't want to look suspicious at a foreign airport. Oh my god, you're gonna get distracted. Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that. That was cool. And when you come back, he's totally gonna be gone, despite the fact he's been there for 3 hours. That's how it goes. I love the English. Pretty good English, actually. Wonder how much Japanese she knows. I mean, I don't really need to know that much of a foreign language to be able to understand a transaction like that. Like, give me one of that, please. You forgot your wallets. He does know a little bit of English. Well, he should. I mean, I think Japanese schools require you to take English classes. That doesn't mean that many people doesn't mean they'll be fluent at it or anything, but it means knowing some of it. You know, the basics. Because English, I think, is the most widely spoken language in the world, even though there are different versions of it, like American English and other less important types of English. You know, you're not here to sightsee, just to remind you you're here for your waifu. Not to rush you or anything, just friendly reminder. I wonder if Tada knows any English. Is he gonna be able to... The back door. Always go to the back door. That's solid life advice right there. Otherwise you can get buildings pregnant. That wouldn't be good. Not yet. He's working on it. He hasn't even met Rachel yet. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. Now go big approves. Don't worry, we'll get you some cheap food we bought in a giant bag. You'll be okay. Eat it up before you eat. Oh. He's doing. Like the knife sparkled and the fork didn't. Who knows? Maybe he went to the bathroom or something. Yes, he's that crazy. Yeah, I bet he does. There's an alternate ship for people right there. I'm sure. I am sure plenty of people ship those too. I have no doubt in my mind about that. You know, especially with things like following him to another country. If I wanted to ship it to a couple people, that'd be more than enough ammo for me. Even if, you know, the person went to that place specifically for someone else. Yeah, they don't know she's a princess yet, do they? Nah, now he does. Yes, Princess Hime, if you need Japanese translation. Go sideways. Uh... she also goes by Rachel. He probably doesn't speak Japanese. Well, there they go. Awkward silence. I assume Alexandra will run into Tada first. What happened to her eyes? Her eyes disappeared. It kind of scared me a little bit there. Alexandra, you look like you jumped out of a horror anime. Rainbow Shogun. Show. Good times. Good times. I do love that picture. Just her with the fan. She just looks so cute. Tada? No. Unless Tada's voice cracking terribly, that's Rachel. I'm doing as well as I can, considering I've been separated from my love. Nice. Like I never left Japan. Well, she is Japanese, so it's nice just being able to see Teresa again. It's a nice dress. Yeah. Charles. Gonna change right in front of her. Bet she'd like that. Don't drop it. It's worth more than you. Whatever it is. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, dirty. It's cute. Why would you see those characters all dirty? Uh, Pompous? You don't ask me. Of course, I don't need to be a mind reader to know what Alexandra thinks of it. And he really does almost look as much of a girl as Teresa does. That hair and everything. Oh my god. Don't sniff it. Whenever you do, people come back and see you. Like that. Oh no, you were caught sniffing his jackets. It's kind of hard to play that off. Oh god. Tada's not good enough with people to handle this, but there we go. He does get to see Rachel. Yeah, no. But he probably looked similar to him when he was his age. We just call him Tada, but yeah. Yes. Dear head. I never really understood that aesthetic choice. I would never have as a decoration in my place. I'd be too worried about the entire deer coming out of the wall and attacking me. Not even joking. Yep, that's how genetics sometimes go. Ugh, an old picture. So kind of like what Teresa did for a little bit. Well, it's usually how it goes in works of fiction. That wow. Bro fist. I've come to take back Teresa. Hope you don't mind. Are you gonna try to play dumb? Well, we knew for a while that she just liked him. No, she's not. You're just trying to pretend you don't have those feelings. Just like Teresa's trying to pretend she doesn't have feelings for Tada. And she does that arm thing again. Like even worse than usual. Yeah, you can't play this off, Alexandra. Yep. Yeah, you're not as good at hiding as you think you are. Yes, it's very much a defensive body language thing. I picked up on that right away. You can keep saying that all you want. It's not gonna change reality. Well, no, but you could at least be honest. Especially when they, know. They already know. And I brought a special guest. You'll never guess who it is. There he is. You see him. Alright, she can't wait to unwrap him, I'm sure. Now jump over into his arms and hug him. You know you want to. I know that might be a bit awkward to do in front of Charles, but you should do it anyway. You know, just because. Yeah, you could have at least said goodbye. I know some people are bad with goodbyes. Well, that's not the main reason. That would just say, well, while you're might as well do this while you're there, type thing. You're gonna eat it? No, make her eat it. That's better. He has a fetish for making girls eat things off the floor. I can get behind that. Oh. Not to be rude, but go away, Tada. Yeah, she called her that in like the first episode. You just went around for that. Wow, Charles be more considerate than Alexandra. Yeah, didn't tell him nothing. Yeah, like traveling across the world to see you. Yeah, as painful as it may be. Nice flowers. I mean, I prefer lilies, but... Well, I thought I was like about to go on a hike. So, Tada, did I ever mention to you that I'm a princess and that I'm engaged? Sorry, it just never came up in conversation, but that's the case. Now they have alone time. There we go. Yeah, I'd say she's a bit more in the wrong here than Tada is. Ijuin actually came with me, I just don't know that yet. See? They're still crazy people, but they're alive and well. I wanted to bring them along with me, but that wasn't very practical, so I didn't. She saw it. He still has it. Now tell her you love her. That's kind of what you need to do before she goes. Like, I want to do that quickly. Your best bet is to tell her you love her and then kiss her immediately while she's still in shock. They'll give you the best results. Secretly a guy. Yes, that's what it means. This is why I couldn't stay in Japan forever. I kind of had to do political stuff here. Like, you know, rule the country. Well, when you're royalty, yeah, you usually do have to grow up pretty quickly. Rite of passage. I guess that explains that. And of course you chose Japan, I would as well. I definitely would have as well. Uh, but they couldn't. Reality had to be returned to. She was afraid Tada would convince her not to leave. Couldn't you just, disband the monarchy, bring some kind of democracy thing in here, and then just leave? But you also love Tada. You should mention that as well. Yeah, that's the other thing she has to tell you about. Those eyes of NTR. Yeah, that's a range, obviously. And 9 times out of 10 in fiction, the characters that, at least one of the characters in the arranged marriage doesn't like it. I think Violet Evergarden was one of the few anime that kind of went a little bit different. Which I liked. Poor Tada. You get into an airplane, fighting your fears to get to the girl that you love, and you get there, you find out she's betrothed to someone else. It doesn't get much more soul crushing than that. That's an enormous bed. Jealous. And it still only takes up a small part of the room. My words of jealousy cannot be expressed. But yeah, I do feel really bad for Teresa as well. Well, she was smiling for most of that conversation, but once she was able to stop putting up the front, she kind of broke down. Wow. That really did hit him hard. And that's what we end up on, just Tada crying. I kind of figured he was and wasn't showing his face before when he left, but that's still hard to watch. Well, Ijuin, you're good at making your friend feel better when he's sad, right? Go do that. You came here for a reason, so go for it. But yeah, most of the smiling Teresa did in that conversation, you could tell she was forcing herself, and it was a thin veil blocking her sadness. That was really obvious. I'm curious how the next episode will go. If Tada will interrupt the marriage ceremony and say, I object at the moment when you're supposed to do so, and then run up on the altar and kiss her instead and say, this is my woman, back off, Charles, and then take her with him. And then roll credits. That's one way it could end. So that was the 12th episode of Tada has fallen in love but found out the girl he loves has betrothed to someone else and is now very sad about it. So, in this episode, Tada had successfully made it to her country, Largenbargenbarg, and apparently he was not in good condition when they landed. The stewardess was like, "Hey, buddy, we're here. You can leave now. You're kind of required to. So get." And then they just went from sitting there all dead inside to sitting in the airport lobby lounge, whatever, in the same condition for like 3 hours while Ijuin was waiting very impatiently. And he got distracted, bought some food and all that, and Tada left eventually to try to find her. Jun actually found out that Teresa was a princess of this country before Tada did, because he saw her like a picture, and then the guy's like, "Oh yeah, that's Princess Teresa, pretty cute girl, eh? I wish I could meet her one day." And then Jun's like, "What? No, I know her. I hung out with her a lot. We're friends." Like, yeah, right. You're not friends with a princess. What do you take me for, you random foreigner? That's not exactly what they said there, but that's kind of how I imagine that conversation going. But Tada, he didn't come here just for Teresa. The grandfather also said, "Hey, since you're going to be there, here's some stuff to give Rachel, an acquaintance of mine that came to Japan. That came to my coffee shop in Japan before. So just, let her know, I'm okay, and give her this and all that." So he did. He met her before, like anything else, and she was kind of able to help him, guide him inside. And her and Charles both kind of helped him meet up with Teresa and have a bit of a conversation together. Although before that, you had Alexandra that was kind of caught, like, sniffing and rubbing up against Charles's jacket, which, once you're seen doing that, you can't really deny the fact that you like someone. It's kind of a cat's out of the bag at that point. You can't just play dumb and hope for the best. It doesn't really work that way. I understand her position of like, well, no matter how much I like him, it's not going to work out because he's betrothed to you. I get that, but still, you can at least be honest with your feelings. Like, hey, yeah, I like him, but I understand my position. I understand this situation, so I'm not going to like act on it or anything. But that's just how it is. It is the way it is. Once a person's gotten to the point where they know for like a fact that that's the case, you might as well say, yeah, it's how it is. Just sorry about that. My feelings are my feelings. I have no control over them. I don't mean to try to get between you and your fiance, but that's how it is. And then Teresa's like, "Oh, it's okay, I understand. I understand how feelings work. You don't choose the person you love. I'm in love with Tada despite the fact that I'm engaged to this person, so I totally get it, so no need to feel bad or anything." Like, they could have that conversation. That would be fine. That similarity, that parallel between Alexandra's feelings towards Charles and Teresa's feelings towards Tada, that's obviously a very deliberate parallel by the writers, so that's, they're definitely on the same wavelength on that regard, so that's definitely something they could talk about and relate to each other on. And yeah, they finally did get their talk to Teresa and Tada, and she was able to explain everything to her, the fact that she's a princess, the fact that she has a responsibility to undertake. She can't really stay in Japan longer than she did, and the whole Japan thing was like a rite of passage thing that she kind of had to do, and she just chose Japan because Rainbow Shogun, and she had a very good time there. She matured a lot, but she had to return to her regular life. She's married, she's engaged to someone else, and yeah, basically Tada left, and they're both very upset about the situation because they love each other. They can't be with each other. A little bit of Romeo and Juliet-ish there. But yeah, that's where we're pretty much left off on, with Iwachan most likely gonna try to make Tada feel better, and maybe Alexandra try to make Teresa feel better. And hopefully things work out, and maybe we don't have a sad ending here. I guess we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon, and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.